The numbers are not too bad, actually. Like I said, I locked it up at 10,500. I did incur some closing costs because it was a double close transactions. With double close transactions, I have to pay my closing costs added to the price, right? So um, at the end of the day, the net revenue was right around $7,200. Good or bad? I think it's great. Less than 30 days time frame, and I'm not sure how many hours I spent working this deal. Not many hours at all. I mean, again, this is my very first deal, which legitimately, like, I never talked to the seller verbally, via text messages only. Only text messages. So you can be at your job, as a security guard all night and texting sellers. Keep at it, man. Keep at it. I mean, the leads are there. I love them. Matter of fact, they're good. They're great. People respond. Me and one of my acquisitions managers, we were online. So the lead came in. It was Saturday. I remember that day. It came in. We started texting him back and forth. The seller was, very, very open to talk right there on the spot, and we were able to lock it up. So there were a lot of challenges with this particular deal, man. I'm telling you. Um, the first lesson that I learned from this particular deal, and I never had that problem before, is that I will never use the title company that the seller insisted on. There are a lot of reasons for that. First of all, you have to use the title company that is investor friendly. Not every title company out there can do assignments. Not every title company can do creative deals. Not every title company can do double close. This one I wanted to do double close because of the spread. I picked it up. Well, we negotiated back and forth, back and forth. The guy wanted $13,000 initially. I looked it up. I looked at the location. Couldn't find any comps. There was no comps. I'm like, all right, whatever. It's in Florida. Everybody knows Florida is a hot market. So I figured somebody up north, somebody from somewhere north will pick it up. And that's exactly what happened. The guy from Dallas actually bought it. He's not in Florida. I didn't know that he was from Dallas. And I posted that deal all over the place. I posted in New York. I posted in Chicago, Denver, Dallas, Houston, Orlando, I believe. Pensacola, the main one, Pensacola. It's about almost an hour north from Pensacola, the lot. So, anyways, we're going back and forth with the seller. He wanted $13,000. I looked up the address. The guy bought it less than 2 years ago for like 2,900. Okay, less than $3,000, and he bought on the auction, and he wanted to get 13 2 years later. I'm like, man, that's overpriced. I knew that. Texting him, oh, the best part about this particular deal, this is my first deal which I never spoken with the seller. I never spoken with him. It was all via text message through the CRM. That was the best part. First one on the books. So, regardless, I texted him right through the CRM. I'm like, Frederick, I'm willing to do the deal, $9,000. It's like, no way, too low. I mean, you could see the screenshot, Zach, right through the CRM, so you can read the communication that we had. And long story short, he's like 10.5 is my price, take it or leave it. And I'm like 10,500. All right, I think somebody will pick it up for 15 or 20, maybe, or even 25. So we locked it up. Again, that was Saturday. Sunday's off. On Sunday, I think I sent him agreement Sunday or Monday. So long story short, we got it on Tuesday back, signed, and we started selling it. We started marketing. I always post my deals on Facebook Marketplace. Sometimes I don't have to. I do have buyers list, regardless. Some deals I did post, some deals I didn't. But at the end of the day, we locked it up Tuesday, and I was hoping that would be very, very quick sale, quick deal, but it didn't. It almost took us the entire 30 days to close it. Again, everything that could possibly go wrong with this deal went wrong. First of all, the title company, again, back to title companies. Not all of them are investors friendly. This one kind of was, but they made a mistake. They thought the file was an assignment actually versus double close. And another rep took over the deal. Her name is Alex as well. She took over the deal and she had it as an assignment. I'm like, no way, this is a double close. She's like, oh, we need to do a second title search. I'm like, second title search? What are you talking about? To me, that was shocking. It's the same property. Like I've never experienced that in the last 4 years. I've never experienced that second title search. So what does that mean? She's like, well, the underwriters are behind, so uh, we just have to give them time. So that delayed the deal because again, I was thinking I got the agreement back on Tuesday. I was 100% certain that as soon as I find the buyer, we'll close. So yes, it took me about a little over maybe 10 days to find the buyer for it. I finally got the buyer. I had several offers. A lot of people actually offered me much lower. They were like 15, 14. One guy, a couple guys were offering 15, and I told them, if you give me 16, I'll do it. But at that point, my deal was already posted for 19,000. I dropped the price from 25 to 22 first week, and then from 22 to 19. I'm like, I gotta push it, you know. So I kept posting it. But again, the feedback from the buyers is that the location is crap, demographic is crap. One of my acquisitions managers, Chris, he actually did much more comprehensive research about it, and somebody told him that there was a murder in the neighborhood like 3 months ago. And I'm like thinking to myself, how am I supposed to do this deal? You know, who's gonna buy it? I was like this close to just take 15, you know, and whatever, and just make whatever some several $1,000s and be done with it, you know, move on to the next one. But the buyer comes in late one of those Mondays 2 weeks ago. As soon as I found the buyer, I thought we're like 2 weeks ahead. I'm like, holy moly, this is like shortest period of time I ever closed the deal. It didn't happen. Didn't happen. Another challenge, Zach, I want to point that out. On the day of closing, right? My title company, Alex, she goes like, Alex, my underwriter said that you need to come up with your own funds to fund AB side. I'm like, Alex, absolutely not. You're using my buyer's money to pay for my AB side. That's exactly how it's done. I've done that very many times in multiple states, Georgia, Texas, Florida, Colorado, you know, we double closed. Matter of fact, I prefer double closing versus doing assignments, you know? So she was like, no, 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 it's illegal. I'm like, no, it's not. I just closed one deal in March in Florida. Same scenario. It wasn't the land. It was a mobile home, all broken down, whatever. And I tell her, like, that diminishes the entire purpose of the double close. You take your C buyer's money, having me in between, and you fund the A side with the seller. She's like, well, you don't have any money of your own in the deal. I'm like, I don't need to. Again, the delays with the buyer, the delays with the title company, the delays with the seller. Matter of fact, like I said, the seller wanted to cancel. He wanted to cancel. And I'm like, I cannot afford it right now. I'm too vested. And I told him that in my text message. I said, Frederick, you know, I spent too much money. I'm vested into this deal. I cannot afford it. He was like, oh, sentimental value. I'm like, there's no sentimental value, you know? And I'm what I do. And as you probably know, quite often, it's either sellers got cold feet because of a price. That's one of the reasons. Second reason could be somebody went behind my back, which I had totally legit concern because again, I posted on Facebook. I had people reaching out. A couple people were upset. One guy is like, oh, why is it still out there? It's already not available, whatever. Long story short, I asked the seller, Frederick, I feel like one of those potential investors of mine went behind my back. Are you talking to somebody else about the price? He's like, no, I don't. You're the only one I'm dealing with. I'm like, all right, I'll bite that. Then I'm thinking, I got the buyer already. It's supposed to be done deal. We're just waiting on the title company to complete the paperwork. Seller is getting cold feet. So I'm like, how do I save this deal? What do I do? He literally canceled on me. He's like, I think we're not moving forward. Long story short, I'm like, I gotta save this deal. I'm like, Frederick, I'll give you a better price. I cannot afford it. He's like, well, how much are you into the deal? I'm like, it cost me $100 just to take the pictures, right? Not a big deal, but dude, I got softwares to pay for. I got marketing to pay for. I got people, acquisitions guys to pay for. Like, I gotta, it's a business. He's like, I'll just return you $100 and that's it. I'm like, no, 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 dude. I go like, Frederick, you and I both know that canceling this deal is not going to be good for anyone. And then I go like, why wouldn't you accept my offer? When I offered him a higher price. I offered him $1,000 on top because I figured something's fishy going on, and I gotta buy him back. I gotta buy him back, and I thought that was the price because most likely, quite often, that's the case. That's the case. About an hour and 15, he's like, we'll just roll with it. Let's close next week. I'm like, what did I say? FA. So he goes like, I'm a man of my word, blah blah blah. I'm like, all right. I told him my offer is still on. I'll give you 11.5 if you will accept it. I'll just write up an amendment to the agreement because I was willing to give him an extra $1,000 just to feel the seller better. Because at the end of the day, we still want to help people and make money in between. Seller is happy. He got the price. I gave him the price 3 times more than from what he was. Buyer is happy. Buyer is from Dallas. The buyer never saw the house. I spoke with the buyer once. The rest of it was text messages. So all virtual. Never went to the property. Never dealt with never seen it. Never called the seller. That's what they call virtual wholesaling. Every deal, I want to just throw it out there. Every single deal out there is a learning curve. You gotta figure out what was wrong with it. How could you avoid that, or not to make the same mistake in the future? With this particular one, I'll just throw it out there. I will never use my seller's title company ever again. No way. No way, Mr. Seller. No way. If they're not willing to switch to what I pick as a title company, I'm sorry, go somewhere else. Guys, I'm telling you, with the real estate deals, there's a very particular phrase on every single freaking contract. Time is of the essence. Time can kill your deal. It can. It can totally kill your deal if you drag it out. People get cold feet. People move. People lose their jobs. People get sick. People just, like I said, they change their minds. What are you going to do? So yeah, speed is crucial. Speed is crucial. That's why, therefore, we have this awesome software that we're using right now, which allows us to actually reach out to the sellers like instantly. As soon as it's submitted in the form, boom, thank you for requesting the offer, clicking on my ad, what's the property address? People reply, you got him. You got him hooked. That's exactly what happened with this guy. And that was Saturday. It was Saturday afternoon. I remember that day because I was training my acquisitions guy. We were both on the call. And you can see it in the chat too. Chris and I, we were working that lead together. Guess what? If I would have waited on that lead till Monday, I get it. It's probably would never turn into the deal. Most likely. So speed to lead is crucial. Time is of the essence is crucial. Any delays, avoid them by all means. Therefore, pick your own title companies, update the sellers, tell them what's going on. Yeah, man. No, it's awesome. It's great.